things that matter most to Aboriginal people is connection to each other as people, to connection to our culture, to our family, our histories, our language, and to have that connection to culture and the connection to having purpose in their lives and the lives of their community and their families is so important.
Well, it's important because in their early years they suffered segregation, the racism, the impact on their families being stolen. They were separated from families, they were separated from their own homelands, their country. They was transported around, and I think what Annecto does is restores their faith, their dignity in supporting and sustaining their connection to culture, to the community.
Our role as the Aboriginal liaison team is to, help to make Annecto a culturally safe space, make it comfortable, respectful and accepting of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, a place where they feel comfortable coming to, and also to be a bridge between Annecto and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community, and helping to develop relationships and including Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the work that we do in the aged and disability space.
Everyone sees people they haven't seen for a while. It's
It's usually funerals and things like that where they're coming together, but this event, they're all coming from all over New South Wales, and like Kylie said, bringing everyone together is just magical.
We're all here today. I'm with Annecto.
Yep.
And it just brings so much happiness to people, I think, to be here. Seeing people I haven't seen for years, it's such a lovely day.
I just like come to these things because you meet all your friends and your cousins you don't see for a long time. And I've been to the Warden Annecto, what was started, through the Olympics, the oldest Lincoln. But I enjoy it, just to meet people and talk. Because when I go home, I just sit in the lounge and just be so quiet, I don't mix with anybody. I just stay home. But it's been really, really good, greeting and meeting every new friends and everything, and have a laugh, and they don't push you or anything. You just do your things.
It's about also reconnecting with their culture, maintaining their culture, sustaining their culture. Because years ago we used to have the corroborees, and that was a time of coming together and having food and engaging. And this is sort of a different time, with sort of along the same lines, reflecting that type of, the nature of that type of event. Well, you can see how uplifting. I mean, they was just moving around dancing, and I don't think they do that much, but they got right into it. So that sort of thought, oh wow, because I think it was really good. Really impacted on their health and well-being in terms of that. In terms of emotional health too.
I feel like we're a company who really does provide them support and services, but we also take their cultural beliefs and all of that into really big consideration when we're delivering those supports. So, and I feel like in having such a high amount of Aboriginal clients, it also keeps them connected. So, like on activity days or group activity days, these are all elders that are able to come together and spend time with each other. Like, you'll see some of our clients rock up for bingo and they're like, oh, where are the ladies? And they're just excited to even not just be here for an activity, but to get together and see each other and talk about what's happening in the community. So I think that that's nice as well, that we can provide sort of that home ground for them to come and be together when they might not necessarily be able to do that outside of here.
I like being on my own, and the only time I get out is coming to Annecto for bingo, which I enjoy. I love the ladies, I love the men. All these fellas from different places, you know. I've never had the chance or the time to meet these sort of people, and they're really nice people.
So would you say it's a nice way for you to meet different people and cultures?
Yes, I tell you. And I tell my kids, you know, this one old chap, he comes from Egypt, and Liz comes from Romania like today. They look at me, you know, and I said, yeah, that's where they come from. Yeah, and I'm proud to be coming here, you know, and sharing my time with these fellas all the time, every week.
Yeah, I think it's really important to have a good connection with the clients, and then to understand exactly what they need. So then trying to find the right mix of what they want to be fully supported. So and sometimes we've looked outside, other services that we can bring in to boost that connection to getting the right support for them.
Initially, the elders in the community identified that they wanted a gallery to display the local Aboriginal art and feature the artists and sell. And I think that was the idea behind Coolamon. And it's significant in that you can see that the artists have somewhere to display, some place that's the middle of town, that's in the main street, to display their art. And it brings a lot of pride to this community. We get a lot of interest in this as well. And the artists in themselves, they've wanted a platform to do that for many years, and this provided that platform.
It's just one of those things where it gives people the opportunity to express themselves, there's always the financial side of things and helps people make a bit of money and stuff, but most artists just really like to express themselves in whatever form, be it a painting or a sculpture or woven art or whatever. And a lot of people, you find it helps with their mental health. Which is also good to see, that they can sort of channel their energy into something creative rather than, focusing on the not so great things about their life. So I think having different outlets available for people in the community is really important.
Yeah, I was a shearer for 30 years. Then my son took it on. Yeah, I just got up one morning and I started. I had a couple of just a normal red, black and yellow bead. It's only lately that I've started to really use the Clodie seeds.
Your culture and your art and your jewellery is really important for you, and it's a big part of your life now. Yeah,
well, that's all I've got now. My artwork, my jewellery. Now and again I get a day's work I go and do, just to prove I can do something.
He started telling me that it really helped bring him out of the dark place with his mental health. So we actually talked about maybe setting up a market stall. So he went ahead and found out what he needed to find out about that. And then I told him about Coolamon, and I told him about how it supports local Aboriginal artists, and there's an online store, so even if he's not in Casie, they can still showcase his art, and he was very, very excited about that. So it's all about kind of getting that in motion if we can to help support him, because he loves making his jewellery. He's very, very proud of it. He's also a fantastic artist. His house is covered with paintings that he's done, so it's about trying to help maintain that connection to his culture and then helping celebrate that as well.
So I'm excited to help him
get it out there in the community and maybe start some Aboriginal art workshops and things like that and see where we go with it.
Well, there's a lot of good artists I know, but they need someone to not show them what to do, but just guide them into what they want to do. So, yeah, we would like to get something going to get people into something like this.
It's so important for Annecto to continue the work that we're currently doing with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities and to build on that because of the lack of trust that our communities have had in the past with that non-Aboriginal communities and organisations as a result and an impact of colonisation of this country. And in order to continue building on those relationships, we need to create those culturally safe spaces where our mob feel like they're respected and they're heard.